Ever pictured a truly enchanted forest? I mean, not just, trees and sunlight, but a place just teeming with creatures, ripped straight from myth.
Oh, yeah. It's a really deep-seated human thing, isn't it? That desire to imagine worlds just full of the extraordinary.
Well, you're in luck today. For this deep dive, we're actually venturing into a realm just like that. The Himapant Forest of Thai mythology. Sounds like pure fantasy.
Absolutely. A really vibrant, almost mythical ecosystem.
But here's where it gets really interesting. This whole pie concept, which seems so unique, it actually has these incredible roots stretching way, way back to ancient Indian traditions.
It's a fascinating case study, really, in how cultural ideas travel and morph across time and geography.
Exactly. So we've got some great material to look at, mainly a comparative study focusing on the Himapant in both Thai and Indian mythology. Our mission today is to uncover those Indian origins and then see how this idea really blossomed, how it evolved within Thai culture, giving rise to just the most amazing creatures and their stories.
We'll be tracing that lineage, yeah, and exploring all the new shapes it took.
We'll also touch a bit on how Brahmanism, with its hierarchy of gods and cosmic order, how that sort of laid an early groundwork.
Okay.
And then how Buddhism, especially Theravada Buddhism, which really focuses on enlightenment and rebirth, added its own layers of cosmological understanding to how this all evolved.
So there's a real blend of influences.
Definitely. Think gods, think sages, beings beyond belief. It's going to be quite a journey. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah.
Starting with those Indian roots seems like the right place.
Agreed. To really get the Himapant, we absolutely need to look at its precursor first. That's the Sanskrit term Himavan.
Himavan.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds powerful. What does it actually signify?
Well, literally, it just translates to abode of snow. And in Indian geography and mythology, that's primarily what it means. The Himalayas, the huge mountain range.
Oh, okay. So those massive snow-capped peaks, that's the original inspiration.
That's the core of it, yes. But it's more than just a physical place. In Hindu scriptures, Himavan is also personified. He's a deity.
A deity, like the mountains themselves.
Exactly. King of the Himalayas, and significantly, he's the father of the goddesses the Ganges River and Parvati, Shiva's consort.
Wow. So the Himalayas aren't just a location. They're like a divine being, a father figure to major goddesses.
Precisely. And because of that, as this divine mountain range, Himavan is seen as profoundly sacred, a really elevated place. Texts like the Mahabharata and the Puranas, they constantly mention it as home to gods, but also to sages.
Rishis. Right, rishis. So a real center of spiritual power then.
Oh, absolutely. It's shown as the place for spiritual retreats, for penance, deep contemplation. And it's also seen as the source of India's major rivers, which adds to that sacred, life-giving quality.
That paints a pretty vivid picture, a powerful, holy mountain range. But
Yeah.
how does that become a mystical forest full of creatures?
Okay, here's the interesting bit. While the main focus for Himavan is the mountain range and its divine side, there are also mentions in Indian traditions, including Buddhist texts, Theravada texts especially, of a kind of mystical remote region called Himavanta.
Himavanta, okay.
Yes. And this legendary forest is often linked with ascetics, spirits, and, yes, extraordinary mythical animals.
Ah. So the seed of the enchanted forest idea was already there in India.
Exactly. This concept of a realm sort of beyond the ordinary,
No.
filled with wonder, but also spiritual power. That's the crucial link, the shared idea with the Thai Himapant. It's that feeling of a boundary space between the everyday and the magical.
Okay, I see the connection now. So we have these Indian origins. How did these ideas then travel all the way to Siam, what became Thailand?
Right. Well, that involves the historical spread of religions and culture into Southeast Asia. Both Brahmanism and Buddhism were key players. Brahmanism, with its complex cosmology and gods, actually arrived first. It influenced the early kingdoms there quite a bit.
So the first layers were sort of Hindu influenced?
Yeah, correct. Then later, Buddhism, specifically the Theravada school, spread and became really deeply rooted in the culture, shaping the mythological landscape even further.
And Mount Meru, you mentioned that earlier. Where does that fit in?
Mount Meru is absolutely central. It's central to cosmology in both Brahmanism and Buddhism. It's seen as the axis of the universe, right? The cosmic mountain, everything revolves around. And this concept was very readily adopted in Thailand as these Indian religions took hold.
Okay, I can picture it. This central sacred mountain.
Exactly. And the Himapant Forest, in the Thai understanding, is generally located right at the base of this cosmic Mount Meru. So it kind of inherited those sacred mythical qualities from the Indian Himavan, but It just got much more elaborate, much more detailed in the Thai context.
It sounds like the seed from India found really fertile ground in Thailand and
Oh,
just blossomed into something even more intricate.
that's a perfect way to put it, yeah. The core idea was there, but the Thai imagination just ran with it, took it to new heights.
And that brings us right to the creatures, the incredible creatures of the Himapant. How did Thai culture take those initial influences and create such a spectacular bestiary?
It was a really fascinating process of absorption and adaptation.
Uh-huh.
Thai culture embraced the Indian mythological elements, sure,
Hmm.
but then creatively reinterpreted them, expanded on them, so you get creatures evolving and entirely new ones emerging too.
So some familiar faces maybe, but with a Thai twist, and then some totally original creations.
Exactly that. Let's take the Kinara and Kinnari. They're a perfect example.
Ah, yes, the beautiful half-human, half-bird beings. Very graceful.
Well, in India, the Kinara's depiction varies a bit. Sometimes it's half human, half horse, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Other times, half human, half bird,
Yeah.
usually linked to music, celestial realms.
Okay, so more varied in form there.
hmm Now, in Thailand, the Kinnari, that's the female form, Kinnar is the male, they're almost always shown as half human, half bird. Specifically, like a swan or a goose.
Ah, more specific.
Yeah, and they're famous for their incredible beauty, their musical gifts, and this really deep connection to the Himapant Forest. That avian part is much more emphasized in Thailand. Maybe, the grace of swans just resonated more with Thai aesthetics.
That makes sense, thinking about the art. And they feature really heavily in Thai folklore, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. The story of Minora from the Suhana Jataka, it's probably the most famous one. A beloved tale about a Kinnari princess.
Hmm.
Really highlights their ethereal nature and the wonders of the Himapant.
A classic story. Okay, what about the Garuda? That's another big one, that huge eagle-like figure.
Yes, the Garuda is shared too. And the similarities here are pretty strong. Both Indian and Thai myths depict Garuda as this powerful eagle-like being. And crucially, in both, he's the mouth of Ahana, of the god Vishnu,
Right.
and the sworn enemy of the Nagas, the serpent deities.
So that core idea, powerful bird, enemy of snakes, that carries right through.
It does. But the Thai version, called Krut, has gained even more significance. It's actually become a national symbol of Thailand.
Really? A national symbol.
Yeah. Embodying royalty, power, authority. Given the history of monarchy in Thailand, the Krut's association with those ideas likely propelled it to that status. You see it everywhere on official emblems, government buildings.
Wow, that's quite an evolution. From mythological mount to national emblem. And the Nagas themselves, the serpents, they're huge in Thai culture too.
Oh, absolutely. Nagas are prominent in both traditions. They share those core links to water, fertility, protection. In India, often living in the underworld, Thai Nagas, the Phaya share these traits but are really deeply revered as temple guardians, protectors of sacred places, and crucially bringers of rain.
The rain connection, very important.
Hugely important for agriculture, right? So that link to water sources probably reflects the vital role of rivers and rain in people's lives there.
So similar themes, water, protection, but the Thai Nagas have that really strong tie to life-giving rain.
Exactly. Now, beyond these figures that have clear Indian counterparts, the Himapant gets really wild with creatures that seem uniquely Thai.
Ooh, okay, I'm ready for these.
Well, you have the Kochasri, for instance. Fascinating hybrid head of an elephant, body of a lion.
Wait, elephant head, a lion body, wow.
Yeah. Imagine that mix of strength and majesty. It's just a great example of the Thai imagination at work.
Truly striking. What else?
There's the Hemaraj, another hybrid, often shown with a lion's head and front legs, but the body and wings of a swan, or sometimes like a scaly crocodile body. Again, these incredible mashups.
It's like they just let their imaginations run completely free in the best possible way.
It really seems like it. And then there's the Nokusadling, that's a bird with an elephant's head.
An elephant-headed bird. Okay.
And the Singa. Now, Singa just means lion, but the lion holds this really prominent, powerful role within the Himapant bestiary and Thai symbolism overall, much more than just a regular lion.
So even a familiar animal like the lion gets sort of elevated in this context.
Exactly. Given special significance. Oh, and it's worth mentioning the Gillen, too. That's the Thai version of the Chinese Gillen, the mythical hooved creature.
Ah, so influence from China as well.
Yeah, it shows that syncretic nature, doesn't it? Blending influences not just from India, but other neighbors, too.
It really is a mythological melting pot. Okay, we've talked gods, we've talked creatures. What about the wise figures, the hermits, the sages we often associate with these kinds of forests?
Ah, yes. You're thinking of the Ruezi, also called Lursi. They are very significant in Thai mythology, and yes, strongly connected to the Himapant Forest.
Tell me more about the Ruwezi.
Well, they're basically the Thai equivalent of the Indian rishis, hermits, sages, believed to have gained amazing spiritual knowledge, often magical powers too, through intense meditation and ascetic practices.
And they do this in the Himapant.
Often, yes, in remote, spiritually potent places like the Himapant. That's the idea. It's not just home to creatures, it's a place for deep spiritual work.
So the forest itself has this powerful, wise energy, too.
Precisely. And in Thai folklore, the Ruwezi often show up as wise advisors, healers, protectors. Sometimes they get involved in the lives of gods and humans, offering help or guidance.
Didn't we see that in the Menorah story? Doesn't a Ruwezi play a role?
Exactly right. A hermit helps the hunter capture Menorah.
Hmm.
It shows them taking an active part in these myths.
So the Ruwezi are kind of these powerful links, connecting the human world and the mythical realm within the Himapant.
That's a good way to see them, yes.
Yeah.
They embody that spiritual power and wisdom tied to the forest.
It really sounds like the Himapant, its creatures, its sages, they're all deeply woven into Thai culture, Thai storytelling.
Oh, completely. The Himapant Forest and its incredible inhabitants are definitely recurring important themes in classical Thai literature.
Can you give us some examples? Where would we see them?
Well, one hugely significant one is the Trepumakasa. It means Treatise on the Three Worlds, dates way back to the 14th century.
Okay.
It gives these incredibly detailed descriptions of Buddhist cosmology. And right in there, the Himapant and its diverse beings are described really vividly. It was a super influential text, really shaped the Thai view of the universe and all its different realms.
Wow, so it wasn't just a fantasy backdrop, it was like integral to their cosmic map.
Exactly. Then, of course, there's the Ramakeen. We mentioned it before, the Thai version of the Indian Ramayana.
Right.
Himapant animals pop up all the time in the Ramakeen. They enhance the fantasy elements, definitely, but sometimes they even symbolize characters or forces within the epic itself.
Adds that extra layer of Thai magic to the Indian epic.
Precisely. And we should also mention Phra Afai Mani. It's a famous romantic epic poem by Sunthorn Fu, a major Thai poet. That work is just filled with mythical creatures and settings, clearly inspired by the Himapant's rich imagery.
So from religious texts to epic poems to romance, the Himapant and its creatures are this constant wellspring of inspiration.
Absolutely. It just shows the enduring power of this whole mythological world.
This has been such a fascinating deep dive. Okay, so to try and wrap this up, what's the main takeaway about the Himapant Forest?
I think the key thing is that the Thai Himapant Forest is just this captivating blend, a mix of cultural exchange and incredible local creativity. It clearly starts with the Indian idea of the Himavan.
Right, the snowy abode.
But then, seen through the lens of Thai culture, Thai art, Thai religious beliefs, especially Brahmanism and Buddhism, it just evolved into this incredibly rich, imagined realm.
A real transformation.
Right.
From sacred mountains to the sprawling, magical forest.
Exactly. And populated not just with adapted Indian figures like the Kinnari, Garuda, and Naga, but also with this whole host of entirely new, really fantastical creatures, things that speak directly to Thailand's unique artistic spirit.
And these creatures, the forest, the Ruwezi, they hold a genuinely significant place in Thai art, stories, even spiritual life.
Undeniably. The Himapant isn't just folklore. It's really part of Thailand's cultural DNA.
It really makes you think, doesn't it, about how myths get adapted across cultures. It seems to point to this fundamental human need we have for wonder, for connecting with something beyond the everyday, whether that's nature or the supernatural.
And maybe that's something for you, the listener, to ponder. Seeing how the Himapant evolved so vibrantly. What does that tell us about how cultures borrow and reimagine ideas? What other things that seem totally unique to one culture might actually have surprising shared roots somewhere else?
Definitely food for thought. Well, thanks for taking this incredible journey into the Himapant with us today.
My pleasure. It's a truly fascinating world full of connections.